In the heart of Washington, D.C., there once stood a remarkable community, Berry Farm. More than just land, it was a symbol of resilience, self-determination, and the fight for Black prosperity in America. It was also a battleground for one of the most important struggles in American history, education and segregation. After the Civil War, thousands of freed African Americans migrated to the nation's capital in search of opportunity. But they found themselves in overcrowded, impoverished conditions. To help formerly enslaved people transition to freedom, the Freedmen's Bureau was established in 1865. It provided food, medical aid, and most importantly, land and education. With the Bureau's support, James Berry, a landowner, sold parcels of farmland at affordable prices to free Black families in 1867. This land became known as Berry Farm. Berry Farm wasn't just a settlement, it was a promise. Here, Black families could own property, vote, and most importantly, educate their children, something that had been denied to them for generations. With the support of the Freedmen's Bureau, the Berry Farm Hillsdale Freedmen's School was established. It became a crucial institution offering Black children their first chance at a formal education. But while Berry Farm residents valued education, the city of Washington, D.C. was deeply segregated. Black students were given fewer resources, outdated textbooks, and overcrowded classrooms compared to white schools. Despite these obstacles, the residents of Berry Farm fought to ensure their children had a place to learn. Over time, more schools were built to serve the growing community. Birney Elementary School, one of Washington, D.C.'s first public schools for Black children, named after abolitionist James G. Birney. Randall Junior High School, established to prepare Black students for a future despite the barriers of segregation. While the Black children in Berry Farm were determined to learn, the fight for equal education was far from over. Washington, D.C. maintained a dual system, one for the white students and one for the Black students. Schools for Black children were underfunded, forcing teachers to do more with less. Berry Farm families were among those who fought against these injustices. Their determination helped fuel the larger civil rights movement, which eventually led to Brown versus Board of Education in 1954, a Supreme Court ruling that declared segregated schools unconstitutional. Despite their victories in education, Berry Farm faced a new challenge: urban renewal. By the mid-1900s, the government saw the land as prime real estate for redevelopment. Many homes and schools were demolished, displacing families who had built their lives there. Berry Farm, once a symbol of Black sufficiency, became a government housing project. While it provided shelter, the new development struggled with poverty and neglect, erasing much of the original community's spirit. Today, Berry Farm is undergoing yet another transformation. As redevelopment efforts continue, former residents and historians fight to ensure that the legacy of this land and people who built it is not forgotten. Berry Farm was more than a neighborhood, it was a movement, a place where formerly enslaved people built a future, where Black children fought for an education, and where a community thrived against all odds. Though the physical structures may fade, the legacy of Berry Farm remains, a testament to the enduring fight for freedom, education, and equality.